Hey guys, just wanted to hop on here, try this out. Normally I just like writing stuff on Instagram, but I think this one is potentially a little bit better if I just talk it out. So we'll give this a whirl. So the other day I was on the treadmill running, jogging. I wasn't running that fast. I was just kind of jogging. But anyways, I had this thought about you are what you eat, but I switched it a little bit to you are what you consume. And then that kind of grew into what you consume, but also what consumes you. Okay. And I'll break this down a little bit. So, what do you consume? That can literally be what do you eat? And what are you taking into your body in that sense of eating and drinking? But I also relate it back to what are you watching? Are you sitting down and watching just some funny clips that make you laugh and it's great? Or are you watching TV shows where people just argue the entire time, right? What are you watching? What are you listening to? What kind of music are you listening to? What kind of podcasts are you listening to potentially? Things like that. And then another one that kind of came up, and I think this one's a pretty big one actually, is the conversations. What conversations are you having, a part of, and around? And that can be conversations with one single person. That can be conversations with many different people. And I think it can even be conversations you're not even a part of, but you can hear, right? That are just going on around you. What are those conversations? And then I think probably the most important one is the conversation that you have with yourself. And what are those topics like? Are those negative things? Are they positive things? We're all going to have some negative in there, but are they more positive? Can you spin those negatives into a positive? Things like that, right? But that one's going to be, I think, probably pretty important for a lot of us. I think a lot of people are pretty hard on themselves and beat themselves down. A lot, myself included. I've been trying to get better at cardio, and I just keep saying like, I suck at swimming and I suck at cardio, and I'm just not good at it. I way rather lift heavy things than I would do, 50 burpees in a workout. But that's not helpful, right? That's not going to get me any better at it. It's just going to keep me in this same spot where I suck at burpees and I suck at cardio, right? So again, just off topic a little bit, but to give you an example of what you're consuming and is that helping or hindering you, right? What you're reading, what you're watching, what you're intaking with your food and all that. And then conversations that are going on with or around you, I think are big pieces of that. And there might be some other ones, but those are kind of the main ones that came to my mind. And then the other side of the earlier topic, or the earlier stated piece, was what consumes you. And for me, that's like what takes up your time, right? What do you spend your time doing? Do you spend your time sitting and doing nothing? Or do you spend more time moving around, right? And it doesn't have to be, moving around does not have to be exercise. It can be, do you have a standing desk and do you actually use it? Justin, I normally don't. No. And I should use it more. I usually sit if I'm up here for 5 or 6 hours in my office reading or whatever. I'm usually sitting down. Should I be standing? More, yes. Simple things like that. Simple things like parking. Do you try to find the closest spot to the door when you park your car? Or do you just park wherever, first one that comes up, whatever, and you just walk to the store, right? Can be as simple as that, right? Do you have to really care where you park? No, but it is a point that could be made. If you wanted to increase your moving time, let's say, park out in the boonies and walk to the store, right? If it's nice out, why not? But that, just sitting or moving more. What are you doing? What are your goals, right? Do you have a fitness goal you're going after? Do you need to be moving more? Then find ways to sneak it in, right? Do you spend your time watching garbage TV, or are you watching something that you can be learning from, right? And with this one, with all of them, all of this, there is a potential for there's a balance here. Not every single time. I'm bad at this. Like I have a hard time watching Netflix because I feel like I should be doing something. And sometimes I can't even enjoy the TV show I'm watching because I just feel like I need to be doing something productive, right? But really, there's a time and a place for me to just chill out, not think about anything, and just watch a TV show, relax, let de-stress a little bit. Okay, try not to watch 5 in a row because Netflix, it just keeps playing. Like, I don't want to interrupt it. It just keeps doing its thing. So I'm just going to sit here until it tells me to stop. It's really good at not telling you to stop. But do you spend more time? I digress. Do you spend more time, what are you watching? And what are you taking up your time with? And then another one that, again, I'm not very good at is, do you spend more time planning or do you spend more time doing? Right? I am very much paralysis by analysis. I fall into that category for sure. I plan, I read all these. I mean, I haven't read all the books, but I'm constantly just like reading 3 different books at one time, and I need to start doing things more. The reading is great, and it lets you learn and pick up new things and new ideas. But at some point, you have to implement those ideas, right? And follow through and learn which ones actually work for me. I need to go do the thing to figure that out, right? So things like that. What do you consume? What am I taking in, watching, listening to, eating, the environment that I'm in, and also what consumes me? What takes up my time? Am I spending more time sitting, moving, learning, or doing that kind of stuff? Right? And all of this, take it all and assess whether or not this is moving you towards or away from your goals. If everything that you consumed and everything that consumed you was then your output back into the world, would it be good or bad? Would it be helpful or not? Would it move you forward or backwards? It's just a different way of looking at it potentially, I think. It kind of made me think about my daily habits a little bit and want to change a few of them, to be completely honest. But it's just one way to potentially kind of flip it around and assess your life and what you're doing. And it's not to say that you're a bad person because they don't. It's a learning opportunity. It's an opportunity for you to then tweak and move forward with a new perspective that you potentially didn't even have before, right? And then with all of that, there is also the concern of like, I can't sometimes enjoy sitting with friends and watching TV because I feel like I should do something. That's also not good, right? There needs to be time where you're recharging, de-stressing, relaxing, and where you're actually relaxing and you don't come out of it and go, oh crap, I should have been doing this, that, and the other thing, right? So there's finding a balance there of like maybe watch 1 Netflix TV show a day and not 5. Maybe only listen to 1 podcast, not spend all day listening to podcasts and doing nothing. That's a me thing. That one's for me. But yeah, and it's just finding that balance of between what consumes you and what do you consume, even balancing those things, but then just also balancing out of like, how often are you just go, and do you allow yourself the time to sit back and relax and recharge and de-stress a little bit, so that when the next opportunity comes for you to then push, you have the energy and the brain power and all that can then actually allow you to utilize that time properly, right? So that's finding a balance. And everybody's going to be different and you're going to mess it up. And it's not to say that that's bad. Learning takes you screwing up sometimes, and that's fine. And that allows you to then learn something, hopefully, and make a tweak and move forward with a better plan, right? So finding that balance will take some getting used to, some learning, figuring things out, and there's nothing wrong with that. But yeah, that was kind of just my thought. This what consumes you, and what do you consume, and how is that relating to the things that you want to do in your life, and are they helping or are they not?